So this video has taken me over 4 months to make, and the idea all came to me when I saw this little guy in my grow tent. I named him Cornelius. He actually moved with us from one house to another house, and I kept him in the grow tent, and I tried to make it a really nice place for him to live. Really safe spot for such a tiny little critter. My thought back then was I would just make my 4x4 grow tent his home, and I'd make sure he had plenty of water and everything he needed to live a great life while he ate all the bugs that flew into my tent, inevitably. I guess there probably is a little deposition I need to get out of the way here. So, I live in Hawaii. I live on the island of Maui, where geckos and lizards run around like crazy, and frankly, no matter where you live, no matter how sealed your house is, they get into your house and they end up owning it just as much as you do. There's just nothing you can do about the geckos and the other lizards. I have to speak of the other lizards because one did get into the garden, but we'll get to that later. So you can see how it wasn't a far leap for me to think, hey, I could probably have a few of these living in my tent. They already live in the house and all around the house. And I've even gotten to see them eat bugs off our windows, so. It's right there. Oh, buddy, that was painful. I knew they had a tenacious appetite. So then for me, it was just a matter of connecting the dots, right? So we moved to the new spot and then Cornelius disappeared. Saw him like 2 days after we moved in and then he just vamoosed. I actually saw him on the wall outside of the tent. So I think he found exploring the outside of the tent to be more exciting, or something else found him to be delicious. Either way, I wasn't about to give up on this idea. In fact, I wanted to take it even further. So what I did next was I bought an aquarium off of Facebook Marketplace and I set it up inside my grow area. The intention here was to either lure or catch lizards and place them in this aquarium, and I was gonna leave the lid off and just make it a really beautiful spot for geckos and lizards to live and thrive. And then my plan was to allow them free reign outside of the aquarium, or terrarium in this case, to run around my indoor garden and eat all the little bugs that they could find, and then come back to the terrarium and retreat at night, or just stay out in the garden. Either way, I made the terrarium as a safe place for them to kind of start off and get acclimated with my indoor garden. So I kind of just sat back and let my garden grow and sort of started to just give up on the lizard project altogether. Until one day I was completely freaked out when I saw this guy about 2 inches from my face as I turned my lights on. He's not a gecko. In fact, geckos are terrified of these guys and they fight geckos, which might explain where all the other lizards were going. So my guess is this guy's been living in my garden for a minute now, chasing out the other lizards. So instead of bringing him more lizards for him to be bullies to, I'm just gonna make him the alpha lizard of this whole place, and he can rest on top of these grow lights and stay warm all day. He has no interest in the terrarium, so I'm just gonna remove that altogether. He just chills out on top of these grow lights and roams around on the branches eating bugs, which I am gonna do a follow-up video because I haven't yet gotten a clip of him eating bugs. I've seen him eat bugs, but I didn't have a camera in my hand to record it. So I know he is going to work eating bugs. I can't really take any credit for him being in my garden. As it turns out, I didn't need to do anything at all. These lizards would just come into my garden and rest on top of the grow lights because they like how warm they are. So he has been in my garden for quite some time now, about 2.5 weeks. And I don't think he intends on going anywhere. As long as I don't spook him, you know, we've kind of become buddies. He knows I'm part of the garden and I know that he's part of the garden and we respect each other. So now what I need your help with is naming this guy. In the follow-up video, I want to show him protecting my plants as they go into fruiting, and he has to go into work full-time keeping the bugs away. But I want to give him a name and I want you guys to help me with that name. So comment down below what you think his name should be. I'm really excited to read what you guys come up with and let you know in the next video which one I pick. If you want to grow a crazy indoor garden like this, then check out the School of Hydroponics over at humblegrowthhydroponics.com, or just get started with my free guides. That will definitely get you hooked on indoor hydroponic gardening, and then whenever you're ready, move over to the more expert courses that I offer. This video has been really fun to make. I look forward to making the follow-up. Until next time, let's grow together.